right? As I was sitting in my thinking chair, thinking about the things I think about, I was just being consumed by the beach and, the creative office that God sits me in to show me things. And, we were sitting there watching the sunrise, and I was totally consumed by the time. And what I mean by that, I was sitting there watching the sunrise, and time was going by, but I didn't know it. It was going so fast that I couldn't even tell, an hour had gone by, and really, I didn't know anything about what time it was. So that's what I want to talk about today: abiding and abounding. All right, so my camera blacked out on me, so I don't know what I'm looking at or what, but it doesn't matter. So abiding and abounding. God was sitting down with me, and I was talking about this a little bit before, abiding in the vine of your vision. And when you abide in it, abide means to exist within something, okay? Or to be a part of. And when you're abiding in something, which is you're abiding in God's vision for you, or your vision, or the things that you set out for yourself, you start to be enveloped in it. Like I was saying, I was sitting at the beach, and really I was abiding in the moment, right? Ichigo Ichie. I was in the moment, and I was so engrossed in the moment that time started to pass by. Either it was going faster or I was slowing down. I don't know. I was in the moment. And being in the moment, it starts to abound. And abound really means to make more of, or to have more, or to get plenty, more than enough. It starts to really, as I was sitting there enjoying the time, I was getting more time, which is impossible on a physical plane where, time is structured. But when you're sitting in the moment, there is no present. There is no future and there is no past. Only the present, and in the present is everlasting because it's always now. And once you're in the moment, once you're in the present, since it's always now, it's everlasting. So I was abiding in the present and becoming or abounding with the time that I had in the moment. So things going on the outside, yeah. But just like I sped up that to do a time lapse of how the sun came up, you're so engrossed in the moment that you look down and you look up, and the next thing you know, the sun is already up. Everything's bright, and you got there when it was dark. It's interesting. And abiding and abounding, there was another thing that God was giving me. The words were nurture and nourishment, which is dealing with growth. So abiding and abounding, nurture and nourishment. When you abide in something, you're taking part of it, of course, and you start to abound. That is the result of that, of you're getting more of it. And nurture and nourishment, abiding, to stay abiding into something, you really need to nurture what you're doing. So if you're working towards your vision and you want to abide in it, you want to stay in that, it's easy to start off strong. Yeah, we're going to do this. We got this. And then you get hit one way, ooh, you get hit another way, ooh, and this not going the way you want it to, and this person doing this, makes you want to quit. But you have to nurture what you're doing. You have to nurture that vision. You have to nurture really your spirit on the inside of you trying to do these things. And if you don't nurture it, if it's not receiving nourishment, then it starts to starve. And once you do, that's why I had to do this today, because I didn't get it out on Tuesday. And today is Wednesday. And I can keep putting off till the timing is perfect. But the longer I'm not abiding in what I'm set out to do, then the easier it becomes to dispel it, or to stray away, or just really fall off. And then I won't be abiding in it. And if I'm not abiding in it, guess what? I don't abound. So for growth to take place, you have to nourish, and you have to, you have to nurture, and you have to nourish. You have to take care of what you're doing. Like in my plants back here, if I don't nurture these plants, if I don't take care of them, if I don't give them nourishment, they will die. Same as your vision. If you're not doing what you're called to do, if you're just, I think I'll do this, I think I'll do that, and you know that you are supposed to be doing something else, if you're not nourishing your vision, guess what? It starts to wither and die. You can't say you're abounding in something that's dead. You can't abide in something that's already dead. That's why we have to really work at keeping each other accountable. Good accountability coach, Andrea Mason, is mine, and she keeps me on track, because when I stop thinking about the things that I think about, and I start to say, oh, look, shiny thing over there, and I start going this way, she says, hey, what were you doing about this? You had good ideas. What were you doing about this? And back on track. So as long as you're abiding, you can almost guarantee, or you can't guarantee it, because the Bible says it, and what's in the word is true, that you will abound. So he says, abide in me, and I in you, and you'll accomplish great things. But apart from that, guess what? As I was saying before, you will accomplish nothing. You don't want that. I want you to do great. I want you to be successful. I want you to have everything that God has for you to do. To give you. And the way to get that is to what? Abide in Him. The way to get your vision accomplished is to what? Abide in it. And as you abide in it, you get to what? Abound. There you go. You got it. Abide, abound. And the other one for growth is nurture and nourish. So you guys have a great day.